My HOA fined me for destroying a streetlight I never touched. Then Kiana came clean. Part 2. Kiana stepped aside without a word, but the moment I crossed her threshold, I could already see the guilt carved into every line of her face. She told me she'd smashed the streetlight herself late on a Thursday night with a landscaping brick pulled straight from her own front garden bed. Her boyfriend had been sneaking his oversized pickup inside Maplewood Commons every weekend, parking it right under that light, and she'd already received one informal board warning about unauthorized vehicles back in October. She figured killing the light would kill the evidence. She never imagined the HOA would blind the nearest resident. Me. I stood in the living room and said nothing for a full minute, just let her talk, watching her hands twist together. She'd gotten that October board warning and knew one more complaint about her boyfriend's truck would trigger a formal hearing and a fine. So one night she grabbed a Brit from her garden bed, walked to that streetlight at midnight, and took it out in 2 swings, as if destroying community property was any kind of solution. When I found my voice, I asked the only question that mattered. Did she know I'd been blamed, and did she stay quiet anyway? She looked at the floor. She'd known since the morning that notice hit my door, 3 full days, and said nothing. I thought about every defensive email I'd sent the board, every neighbor who'd read my name next to willful destruction, every minute I'd spent humiliated over something I never did. That silence hit harder than any fine. I told her she had 2 options, go to the board herself, or I'd take what she told me there. She chose to write a statement. We sat at her kitchen table while she drafted it longhand, and I watched every word. Every time she tried to soften it, it was an accident. I wasn't in the right headspace. I made her cross it out and write it plainly. She cried 3 times. I handed her a tissue once. We walked the statement to the board president's door that morning and knocked until he answered. By that afternoon, my $350 fine was cleared. By the next morning, Kiana had her own envelope. $475 for willful destruction of community property, plus $200 for the unauthorized vehicle violation. More than double what I'd been charged. She filed an appeal. The board denied it. What I can't shake, she wasn't a cartoon villain, just someone who made a cowardly calculation and decided my name was a cheaper price than her own consequences. She never apologized. We still live 30 feet apart on the same street, and we don't wave. Follow for more stories about the neighbors nobody warns you about.